With dozens of Muay Thai and kickboxing trophies and a UFC record boasting 7 title defenses, Valentina Shevchenko isn't just an MMA legend, she's combat sports royalty, a true treasure with a gold-plated legacy. But is she the GOAT? Let's rewind the tape and dive into her storied career to uncover the truth. Born in 1988 in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, Valentina Shevchenko began her martial arts journey at just 5 years old, following in the footsteps of her mother, Elena Shevchenko, who was a Muay Thai world champion. Shevchenko's martial arts skills quickly became undeniable. By 12, she was already competing in kickboxing and Muay Thai, and by 15, she had smoothly transitioned into the world of MMA. The 12-year-old burst onto the kickboxing scene with a bang, knocking her 10-year-older opponent out in brutal fashion. Shevchenko's ferocious speed, power, and precision she showcased in her debut earned her the fitting nickname Bullet. Since her kickboxing debut, Shevchenko has competed in over 500 amateur and professional Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and MMA fights. Shevchenko began her professional mixed martial arts career as a bantamweight at just 15 years old in 2003, winning her debut fight by TKO in the second round. Over the next 3 years, she competed 6 more times, finishing all her opponents in the first round. In her second MMA fight, Shevchenko choked out Kim Mi Choi. In her 7th MMA fight, the kickboxing ace impressed with her grappling once again, taking out her opponent with an Ezekiel choke. Before putting her dancing skills on display, from 2006 to 2010, Shevchenko stepped away from MMA to focus on Muay Thai, where she ruled with an iron fist, winning 5 gold medals at World Championships. In 2010, Shevchenko returned to MMA, taking on future Strikeforce and UFC veteran Liz Carmouche, but losing by a doctor's stoppage. Shevchenko made a stellar comeback, winning her next 4 fights in incredible fashion. She most notably stopped Helen Bastos, who came out with the plan to wrestle, but was immediately taken control of and then battered on the mat. Helen ultimately quit. In her next fight, Shevchenko took on Zhang and dominated her on the mat for the first 2 rounds. In the third stanza, Bullet decided to stand and trade, and even then, Finney had little to no response to the Kyrgyzstani. After bouncing back with 4 straight wins, Shevchenko got a UFC call-up in 2015 for a short-notice bantamweight bout against Sarah Kaufman. The UFC newcomer controlled the fight from start to finish, whether it was in stand-up or on the mat, and was well on course to winning a comfortable decision when one judge scored the fight in favor of Kaufman. The unanimous then turned into a split decision, and it wasn't the first time judges hurt the Muay Thai's specialist's chances of making an impact. At UFC 196, Shevchenko faced Amanda Nunes in a title eliminator, where the first round between the two phenoms remained closely contested, with neither fighter gaining a clear edge. However, in the second round, Nunes shifted momentum with a decisive takedown and followed up with vicious ground and pound. Shevchenko was the more effective fighter in the third round, but it wasn't enough to recover from the damage taken earlier, and Nunes won the first installation of their feud by unanimous decision. Valentina rebounded strongly with notable wins over Holly Holm and Juliana Pena. Against Holm, she dominated the striking exchanges and secured a clear decision victory. Against a grappling expert in Juliana Pena, Val showcased her own grappling prowess, submitting Pena to earn a title shot against Amanda Nunes. Shevchenko and Nunes clashed for the bantamweight title in a rematch at UFC 215 in 2017, where Nunes had a strong start and finish, clearly winning the first and 5th rounds with low kicks as well as takedowns. Shevchenko took the 2nd and 4th rounds, where the challenger used her boxing, movement, and takedown defense to stay ahead on the scorecards. The 3rd round was closely contested, and that is what proved to be the difference on the night. Shevchenko didn't hold back, voicing her frustration right after the fight during her Octagon interview with Joe Rogan.
Challenger, Valentina, you're shaking your head. Give me your thoughts on the fight.
I really don't understand why the victory go to the other side. For 2 takedowns, for all 5 rounds, she didn't hit no one time, not one punch.
After another tough loss to Nunes, Shevchenko decided to drop to flyweight, where she made a successful start to her career by choking out Priscilla Cachoeira to earn a title shot. In her vacant flyweight title fight in 2018, Shevchenko faced Zhang, who had already fallen to Shevchenko twice in Muay Thai. Much like her losses in Muay Thai, Zhang was outclassed again, as she managed to win only one of the 5 rounds. From the start, the gap in strength and power was evident, and Shevchenko dominated every aspect of the fight, especially the ground duels to capture the flyweight crown with ease. After winning the belt, Shevchenko overcame a challenge after another, all while setting new records and breaking previous ones. Shevchenko made her first title defense against Jessica Ai, dominating her on the mat in the first round, before producing one of the most horrifying head kick knockouts in MMA history just 26 seconds into the second round. In her second title defense, Shevchenko squared off against Liz Carmouche and dominated her as she did in their first fight. But without a doctor's stoppage, Shevchenko continued to take out one girl at a time, with her next victim being Elena Shevchenko. And like her first 2 title defenses, Elena was a walk in the park as well. Shevchenko beat Shevchenko up in the striking exchange and secured takedowns at will, beating her American counterpart into an absolute pulp to secure a 3rd round TKO win. Shevchenko's 5th title defense was her toughest on paper, and it was against the mini-tank of women's MMA, Jessica Andrade. But even that turned out to be a bummer. Refusing to stand and trade with a powerhouse like Andrade, Shevchenko took her down with ease and pounded away with big shots. Andrade somehow managed to survive the beatdown of round 1, but round 2 sealed the Brazilian's fate by a TKO. After 6 dominant title defenses, Shevchenko finally fought someone worthy in the form of Taila Santos, who started strong, dominating the first round with a dangerous backtake that opened the door for submissions. Although Shevchenko survived the round, Santos continued to move forward like a raging tornado, winning the 3rd round despite a clash of heads that injured her eye. The swelling due to the clash of heads, however, changed the fight's dynamics, giving Shevchenko the edge in the championship rounds. The champ made the most of her advantage to secure championship rounds, as well as her 7th title defense, the most by any UFC female champion. Before the Santos fight, Valentina Shevchenko was seen as unbeatable. But after that bout, questions started swirling. Was she slipping? Were her once unstoppable skills showing cracks? The questions were answered when Shevchenko fought Mexico's sweetheart, Alexa Grasso. The seasoned contender aimed to show she belonged among the elite and did just that by outboxing the champion in the first round. In round 2, Shevchenko shifted gears, blending striking with takedowns, and dominated rounds 2 and 3 with her superior grappling skills. In round 4, however, Shevchenko made a fatal error when she went for a spinning back kick. Grasso instantly jumped on her back and wrapped her arms around Valentina's neck to cut off the blood supply and pull off one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. The two ran it back a few months later in a barnbuster. Shevchenko began strong with effective strikes and a slick takedown in the first round. But Grasso responded with a powerful counter that briefly dropped the challenger. As the fight progressed, Shevchenko dominated with grappling and nearly finished Grasso with a guillotine choke in the 3rd round. However, Grasso stayed tough and came back strong. In round 4, Shevchenko was more dominant with her striking and control, though Grasso had some moments. The champ took control in the 5th and final round, especially with her late takedown and rear naked choke attempt, making it a decisive round in her favor. The bout ended in a split draw, with Grasso retaining her title, and both fighters left the octagon with their own claims of victory. At 36, Valentina Shevchenko has woven a tapestry of greatness that many can only dream of. She's a Muay Thai and kickboxing maestro who transitioned to MMA and felled 8 formidable champions in title bouts. She's a colossus in the sport, a force of nature whose legacy, whether she climbs higher or steps back, will forever be etched in the annals of martial arts history. Where do you rank Valentina Shevchenko in the GOAT debate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.